Today's session we'll discuss quickly about relational operators. Okay, so I hope all clear about arithmetic operators. Okay, so there we discussed the example for modulo division. All right, so just to get the reminder, so here let's see the relational operators. It's very common operators we are using. Okay, everybody is aware about it. Less than, greater than, okay, less than, equal to, greater than, equal to, and all. Okay, so maybe the last two operators, just have a look. Okay, so double equals. Okay, so double equal to and not equal to. So this will be frequently used in embedded C programming. Okay. What do you mean by double equal to? What's the difference between single equals and double equals? Anybody can guess it? I think all aware about it. So single equal usually we'll be writing, for example, if I'm declaring a variable int a equal to 5, right? So I'm assigning, okay, so the variable a to the data 5. It is assigning. We are just forcing it and just telling that like the variable a, your value is 5. That's it. Okay. So, but if I am writing a equal to 5, if I am writing double equal to, it will become checking. Okay, I'm just checking. Maybe I told to write some example program for just to identify whether the given number is even and odd. So that time you will be checking. Okay, so you will be getting the reminder so that you will be able to get by the modulo division, right? So that I'll be checking the reminder equal to 0. I'll be checking equal to 0. If that condition is true, it become even number. Else it's an odd number. So equal to, you will be making one example you can see here. A equal to 9, B equal to 9. Then A equal to B. So it will be giving true or false kind of answers. So true means it will be 1. False means of course it will be 0. If both numbers are equal, A equal to B, okay, so that will be giving true output. Okay, it means to say output is 1. So output is 1. If I am writing this inside an if condition, so it will be if A equal to B. So if A and B equal, so it will become if true. If true means whatever I written inside the if statement, that means all lines, all comments will be executed. That's it. Okay, else it will be skipping the if part, it will move on to the else part, right? All right, so not equal to, of course, A and B. Okay, A not equal to B. So here A is 9, B is 9. Then A not equal to B means 9 not equal to 9. Of course, it's false, right? The statement is false. Just imagine. Okay, so just put the value maybe the real values you put it and think about it. Okay, so 9 not equal to 9, of course, it's a false statement. So false means it will be 0. Okay, so if A is 8 and B is 9, A not equal to B, that become true, right? They are not equal, right? So that become true. So maybe these are the frequently used relational operators in programming. Now quickly let me open the IDE and I'll just show you one sample program. Right here you can see one example program which I already discussed. The similar thing we written. Okay, so I declare two variable. Either you ask the user using scanf, you take the input from the user. I declared already a equal to 21, b equal to 10. Then I am checking. Okay, so this is what I told the syntax of if. Okay, if a equal to b. Okay, if this is true, okay, if it is true, then only that if statement. So this all lines will be executed. Okay, so if then condition, then whatever I written inside this curly brackets, okay, so that will happen if this condition is true. All means else it is going to the other condition. Else, okay, else whatever I written that will be happening. So let's see a equal to 21, b equal to 10. So if a equal to b. So what I am writing here, I am just checking 21 equal to 10. Of course, it's wrong, right? So this if statement can't execute. Okay. So line 1, we can't get it, right? So that will be skipping that part. Else part will be executing. So else part it is just showing that line 1a is not equal. Okay. As per this value, if I'm changing accordingly, it will happen. All right, so let me show you this. Okay, so rest of the things I think it's clear. Let me run this project. Okay, so I don't have any scanf, so I'll be able to see it in the console. All right, so I'm just talking only about the line. So line 1, you can see A is not equal to B. Of course, it's clear for all, right? So that's what else part is getting executed. I'm getting line 1, A is not equal to B. All right, so then you can see A less than B, whether it is true or false. A is 21, B is 10, right? So 21 less than 10, of course, it is wrong. Okay, so else part will be executed. So similarly, A greater than B. Okay, all right. So I think that's clear. Then you can see I'm just changing the value of A and B again. Okay, I'm just reinitializing. I'm assigning new values to A. A become 5, B become 20. Okay, so I'm just checking A less than or equal to B. So 5 less than or equal to 20. Of course, it's correct, right? So that if condition printf statement will be executing. Yeah, so else you can see B greater than or equal to A. Of course, 20 greater than or equal to 5. Of course, that condition is true. So that if condition, whatever I written, so that is getting executed. So I hope now the syntax of if condition is clear and the relational operators are clear. Okay, only one thing you have to note it down, that about the equal. That means equal to will be checking. Okay, so if this condition is true, whatever statement we written inside the if condition, so that will happen, right? So that will execute. Else it will be skipping the if part and it will be moving to the else part, right? So that's it. So the relational operator is very like it was very simple, right? So now let's move on to the next operator, right? Yeah, now quickly let's discuss about the next type of binary operators, which is known as logical operators. What do I mean by logical operators? I hope everybody like maybe aware about this. Maybe at least you have done this in like max, right? So like in Boolean algebra. So logical operators are like double and. Okay, so here we'll be using the symbol double ampersand. So double and, logical or and logical not. Okay, so logical and, the truth table will be like that. And means what? If both condition is true, then only the output will be true. Or means what? Okay, either this or this. If any condition is true, output will be true. Okay. Logical not means, of course, if it is not, I told already, not, suppose A is 0, then not A means A is 1. Okay, so just to opposite of that. Let's examine. Okay, so this examples only. So for logical and, you can see x greater than 5 and y less than 5. If both conditions are true, it returns true when both conditions are true. And in the second example for logical or, you can see x greater than or equal to 10, y greater than or equal to 10. Okay. If any condition, either of like one condition is true, output will be true. All right. So then the third one, little just tricky. Just use like we have to see that properly. Not then x greater than 5 and y less than 5. If both condition is true, okay, x greater than 5 and y less than 5. If both conditions are true, okay, so then inside that bracket, right, inside the round bracket, if both condition is true, it will be giving true. Then not true. Finally, I'm just making not true. It is reversing the result. Okay, so it will be reversing the result. If it is true, not true means it become false. That's it. So that's about the logical not operator. Okay, so I just want to explain it very like line by line. It's simple only, but just try to understand it properly. So in the line number 11, you can see in the m equal to 40 and n equal to 20. Okay, so two variables we declared and initialized with some value, and o equal to 20 and p equal to 30. Let it be. So in the first if condition, you can see m greater than n. Is that condition true? What is m? I'm just commenting and writing here. So what is m? So you can see 40, right? So m is 40 and it is greater than n. N is 20. Is this condition true? Of course it's true, right? So that I'm making it's true. Okay. So then I'm using logical AND operation. Then here you can see the m not equal to 0. What is the m value? So m 40, right? 40 of course can't be 0. So not equal to 0. So if I'm writing like that, replace. Okay, so I'll try to replace the variable with the value. So it will be very clear. So 40 not equal to 0. Of course that is true, right? So it becomes true and true. So true and true will become true only. The output will be true. So at end of the day, it will be making if true. Okay, so inside the if condition, if of 1 or if of true. So if of true means this statement will be executing. That's it. So the statement like it's just to print some line ampersand operator. Sorry, the and operator, not ampersand. Ampersand will be like using if we are writing a single and, right? So single and with a variable we will used to call that as the ampersand operator. All right. So here you can see both conditions are true, so that line is getting printed. Okay, so if condition become true. Now let me move on to the second case. Okay, so O greater than P. Let me see whether any condition is true. O is 20. Okay, so I'm just writing it here for the easiness. Okay, so 20 greater than what is P? P is 30. Okay, is this correct? Of course, not correct, right? So this become false. So this is false, all right. So then or P not equal to 20. So I'm just writing P not equal to 20. So or operator will be writing like the pipe symbol like that. And what is P here? P is 30, right? So P is 30. So P is 30, which is not equal to 20. Of course, it's true, right? So 30 can't be 20, right? 30 not equal to 20. So this statement become true. So what happened? False or true. So if any one statement is true, this is going to execute. Okay. So this line, if condition will be true, if any statement is correct, if any statement is true, false and true. Okay. So this entire thing will be true. So if true, If it is if true, this line will be executed. Okay. So it is just printing the OR operator, only one condition is true. Alright, so that's fine. Then for the third if condition, you can see m greater than n. Okay, I'm just writing it here. What is m? So you'll be able to see m is 40. Okay, so 40 greater than n. N is what? N is 20. Alright, so that is fine. Then I'm just checking and that means both conditions should be true. And m not equal to 0. So m is 40, 40 not equal to 0. Of course, it's true, right? So 40 greater than 20, that become true, then true and true. So true and true means the output will be what? Output will be true. Okay, so that is fine. But here you can see for this entire output, I am just using a not operator. Okay, so what will happen? Not true. Okay, so finally, I am making this to not true. Not true means what? Not true means it's false. Okay, alright, so not true. Either write capital T or whatever it is. So not true in the sense it become false. I hope it's clear for all, right? Not true means it become false. So it is basically it is right like means it will be like that if of false. If of false means this if statement, this if condition. Okay, so whatever you written inside if condition can't get executed. Okay, so that will be skipping and it is coming to the else part. So in else part we written something and not operator, both conditions are true. Okay, so but the status is inverted as false. Okay, so this line is getting executed, right? You understood that inside if condition whatever you written, so that printf statement is not able to execute. Okay, so the reason I think it's clear why it's so, right? So we are actually using a reverse. Okay, so not of true, so not of true it become false. So when if condition if of false means that statement inside if condition it can't go, so the else part is getting executed. So in else part we already written the statement not operator, both conditions are true but the status is inverted, okay, as false. So that is getting printed. That's it. So this is about the logical operators and or okay and not. So in most of the applications we'll be using this kind of logical operators. So be very clear. I think it's very simple, straightforward examples. Yeah, so I'm telling that maybe most of the things are clear. Only thing will be you'll be having doubt about the if statement, right? How we'll be writing multiple if conditions. Okay, so when if condition, whatever I written inside the if condition, when it will execute, okay, when it can't execute. So maybe the conclusion is like that. If it is coming if true, then inside if condition, whatever you have written, so that will get executed. Okay. Else, okay, if that is not true, then the else part will get executed. So it's better to have like if with else. If this is not true, of course you should have a backup, right? So that's it. All right. So I think that's clear. Maybe I used three if condition. For the first two if condition, I know like the output is true. So that's the reason I haven't written the else part. But if you want, of course, you can write it. Yeah, I think all clear about it, right? So maybe we will be discussing about the next operator quickly. So meanwhile, I am just asking you to practice with much examples. Okay, so that only enhance your skills, right? It's not just reading about it. All are clear what are the operators and all. Just try to implement that practically. And one more thing I would like to tell you, whenever you are using this multiple conditions and all, try to maintain this brackets. Okay, so you can see two condition m greater than n and m not equal to 0, which I written inside a round bracket. Then the not operator you can see I just written outside. Okay, so this entire thing I just kept it in another round bracket. So make sure that you are writing the syntax. Okay, so this brackets, opening the brackets, closing it. Okay, so make sure that you are doing that properly. I think in maths also, like whenever you are doing this algebra, right? So like we are having this practice, putting the things in the bracket. So it's just increasing the readability and all. But if you're writing in the maybe like in paper, it's not mandatory. But if you're writing in the program, that is very, very important. Okay. So you have to highlight or which part has to be done first. Okay. So what you have to club it together. So you have to highlight it. Right. So that's my humble request. All please make sure that you are doing it properly. All right then. Thank you all. We will meet in the coming session with a new operator.